Hey guys, today we're going to teach you how to use a ferrocerium rod.
Okay, so maybe lighting a fire with a ferrocerium rod isn't going to be as easy as that, but if you understand the technique and understand how to pair it up with different elements that either you carry or nature can supply, it's a quite simple process. Now, the premise behind the use of a ferro rod is very simple. We go ahead and strike a sharp surface along the edge of the rod itself. That is going to remove material from that rod. That material, as it mixes with oxygen, is pyrophoric. It's going to give us a hot, intense spark. So that hot spark is going to ignite whatever we throw it onto, create flame, and then we build our fire around it. Now, the first step in understanding the technique of using a ferrocerium rod is the actual scraping motion. The scraping motion is the most important part of everything because that's what's going to drive material off the rod itself. So we want to always make sure that we have a good striking surface. In this case, we're going to use the supplied striker that comes along with it. It has a nice 90-degree spine. The back side of a knife will work really well, a piece of glass. One thing we never want to use though is the blade of our knife. We always want to save that because that's a resource that's very difficult to replicate out here if it does get destroyed. So once we have a good striker then identified, we want to think about the actual motion of sliding the striker across the rod. This is imperative because we want to remove as much material from this device as possible and get the hottest, most intense spark into our tinder bundle to create fire as we can. So I like to think of this striker as a plow. It's plowing the material off of this rod. So we're going to keep this striker at a 45-degree angle towards whatever our tinder bundle is. So as I strike this, the material is getting clumped up in front of this and getting trapped between the rod and the striker itself as it pushes towards my index finger here. If I would turn the striker the other way, such as this, 45 degrees away from the direction I'm striking, a lot of the material that we're removing can go back over the striking surface and be lost in the mix. So we always want to make sure that we're pushing it forward to get the most benefit out of each single strike. And then once we understand our striking direction and how to hold our striker, we can pick one of two methods that seem to be most successful for most individuals. First is something we call the pump method. For the pump method, we want to securely place our rod down onto the ground, and then we're going to take our striker, again, holding that good 45-degree angle, and with a lot of pressure, we're going to pump downward. But what we want this to look like is we want it to look like a shower of sparks down at the base of our rod. That's going to work really well to superheat that material that we're trying to ignite and ultimately catch it on fire. And then for the second method, it's something that I call the push-pull method. For this method, we still hold our striker at that 45-degree angle towards whatever tinder source we're trying to ignite. But this time, as we strike, we pull our rod away. So we're pushing our striker, pulling our rod. This is not going to give us continuous heat, but it's going to give us heavier globs of metal in order to catch that tinder on fire. So again, 45 degrees, and I'm just pulling and pushing at the same time. And now that we have the technique down, we understand how to throw hot sparks with this ferrocerium rod, we need to get those sparks to do something for us. We need them to catch something on fire, and there's several different ways that you can actually do this. So let's first look at things that you can carry with yourself or things that you might have along that you can manipulate in order to make them catch fire with this. Cotton and Vaseline is a great option. Strikeable sweet fire. Yuko Sweet Fire biofuel tabs work great. Stormproof Sweet Fire. And even matches. And as you can see, any one of those sources you carry along is a viable option. Now you might be thinking, why would I ever light a match when I can just strike the match? Well, sometimes in very wet or damp conditions, even at night, you might lose that striking surface that you need to ignite any one of those fire starting devices, and without that, it renders them useless. But if you have that ferrocerium rod as an emergency fire starting device, now you can also utilize those other things that you had along to start fires. So when it comes to natural materials, the ferrocerium rod can light a variety of different things. It can light dried grasses and flower top, birch bark,
Or inner bark from trees.
thin shavings that we make from dried sticks, or even resinous woods like fatwood. So as you can see, carrying things along, also gathering different items from nature, give you a wide variety of uses with the ferrocerium rod to make fire making that much more effective. So think about carrying one of these devices with you when you go out into any type of setting, not only for emergencies, but also for just a fun time around camp. Have some challenges, have some excitement with your friends and family on who is the best at using the ferrocerium rod. So this was Dan Wowak, Eco Ambassador. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, check out all the other videos we talk about fire making, fire creation, and until the next video, stay lit.
The Mega Ferro Rod from Pyro Putty. Gonna do a quick unboxing, guys, and show you what it's working with. So we're gonna pop it open. Got the ferro rod. Gonna pull this out. It's got the Pyro Putty. The instruction. It shows you how to load and use the ferro rod. Here's the Pyro Putty. This is a 1/2 ounce winter blend. Only gonna need a 1/4 size ball, and that'll burn for 12 to 15 minutes. Expose the fibers and light it up. Stuff that back. This is the multi-tool, so it's got a blade on it for striking, a flathead screwdriver, bottle opener. Here's the housing. It's hollowed out so you can store your putty there. You can also store putty in the lid. Let's go ahead and load up the ferro rod with some Pyro Putty. So grab a piece here, insert it, and grab the cap, seal it back up, remove some of that black coating off the ferro rod, and you're ready to go.
Even the shortest hike can be adventurous. The Morakniv Campfire with Survival Kit has everything you need, optimized for your survival skills, and always ready for sudden challenges. The 2.5mm thick blade is made of Swedish stainless steel and has a profile grind for increased precision. The spine is ground to a 90-degree sharp angle, making it compatible with the Firestarter. Use the integrated Firestarter that is attached to the survival kit and make a campfire with ease. Remember to take care of your knife. Sharpen the blade on the integrated diamond sharpener when you need to. Campfire with Survival Kit will enrich your outdoor experience.
this is Tim at Uberleben. Just wanted to take a quick minute and talk about a product that we launched quite some time ago, but we haven't really talked about much. The Uberleben tinderwick. A lot of you guys probably already have one of these. If you don't, I'm going to show you how cool it is and why you might want one in your fire kit. It's a hemp rope, and it's infused with a blend of paraffin that we use, and we call it Caro Dry. So we have it impregnated deep into the fibers. One, it helps it catch fire, and two, it keeps it dry, or it keeps it from absorbing moisture. So we also have encased it in this little aluminum bellow. And what this is, it's not only a way to hold it when you've got flame on this. So the idea is we spark it, we utilize this to maneuver the flame wherever we need to. And because it's aluminum, it doesn't get super hot and it dries really quickly, but you can also snuff the fire when you're ready to extinguish it. So super simple tool. I know a lot of people have been using these in the bushcraft community, survival community for a very long time. And we're, I guess, one of the first to kind of put it together and make something that's accessible for everybody if you're not already making your own. So let's do a quick demo of the tinderwick and bellow. The bellow is the aluminum piece, and we call it a bellow because it doubles as a bellow. So it's essentially a straw. You can pull your wick out of it, and it's short. I know a lot of you guys have probably seen the bellows, the telescoping bellows that a lot of people will use to stoke a fire, just to get oxygen in your fire, and those are cool. Something we found in creating this product is that you don't need a big long telescoping bellow when you're building a small fire. So if we'll do a quick demo and we'll build a fire in our stoker stove, and you'll be able to see that even with a small bellow like this, it directs the air quite a ways in a very concentrated fashion wherever you need it. So just a little added bonus, I guess, using the bellow as an actual bellow to stoke a fire. Let's do a quick demo of the tinderwick and bellow. We got the tinderwick laid up here. Something we generally do, we push it through, we fluff the end real fluffy so it could take a spark. We set that down, and then what we're gonna do is get any of our ferro rods, we're gonna throw a quick spark on it, and then I'll show you kind of how it works. So there's your spark. And it's that easy. Literally just takes a spark, and then you can maneuver this wherever you need to. And then when you're done, just a quick snuff, and you're good to go for next time. But it's really that easy. There's not much to it at all. Let's see if I can demo this bellow for you. We don't really have a need for a bellow right now, but I'm standing back behind the camera right now, and I'm gonna blow on this little thing and see if we can even just show some movement. I'm a couple feet away right now, so. Not even my face in the fire or anything, but I'm several feet away. And you could see the amount of air being blown on it. So again, just a little bonus with the tinderwick and bellow. You got a nice little aluminum bellow here that works real nice when you need it. So that is the tinderwick and bellow by Uberleben. Thanks guys. Cheers.
This is the fiber that brings the world to life and the fuel that keeps it burning. This is the spark we trust when failure isn't an option. Whether you're a prepper, adventurer, hunter, or barbecue enthusiast, from the backyard to the backcountry, Pyro Putty is the easiest, most efficient, non-toxic fire starter on the market. A patent-pending blend that sticks to anything, lights in seconds, and burns for up to 15 minutes with a single quarter-sized dab. When failure to light means failure to live, Pyro Putty is 100% waterproof and windproof, making it the most reliable fire starter for survivalists, preppers, and outdoor enthusiasts. With proprietary blends created for optimal burns and temperatures ranging from -10 to 100 degrees, there's a blend for every situation, warming the most bitter environments and fueling unforgettable moments. Lithium-ion rechargeable lighters and ferro rod survival kits are available to throw the spark. Pyro Putty is here to catch it. Whether in a survival kit or your kitchen drawer, it's a system you can rely on when you need it most. So here's to the pyromaniacs, the grill masters, and the adventurers, the men and women who choose to make the wild their home. We exist so that you can live, and our passion is for you to chase yours.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mine.